Hey everybody, I'm gonna make some shit on a shingle, or SOS, same old shit. Okay, so either way it's called SOS, on a shingle or same old shit. Anyway, it's very simple. It's basically sausage gravy, but instead with ground beef. Now originally this stuff was made with dried beef, you know, the sliced real thin stuff. I can't find it in any of the stores. I don't know, maybe I'm overlooking it, but I just can't find it. But to be honest, I like this recipe better than the chipped beef. But in World War II, that's what it started out as, chipped beef, and it was you know, served up in the Army mess halls. The Marines, the Navy, everybody had it, and that's where it's got its nickname, shit on a shingle, or same old shit. Okay, so here's what you need. You need some ground beef. I've got 2 patties there that I froze and food savored. You need a little bit of onion. You need, now these next ingredients are optional. Beef base and Worcester, and of course black pepper. But anyway, all right, let's get going. We're gonna start it out on the skillet. We're gonna brown the ground beef. All right, here we go. By the way, my dog died on Monday. Very sad. I had him for 15 years, and he kicked the bucket. Okay, so anyway, here we go. We're gonna add a little bit of olive oil just so it doesn't stick too bad. Alright, we're going to let these brown. In fact, they're actually still frozen a little bit. So we're going to let them brown, and I'll be back later after they have browned. Okay, see ya. Alright, so here we are. They're brown. Now you don't want to pour the grease off. Leave the grease on there because we're going to make a roux with the grease. Okay, now we're going to add the onion. And it looks like I have a little bit too much onion here. So I'm just going to add whatever that was, I don't know, 1/4 of a cup. Okay, we're going to let this cook for a little while. What we want is to reduce or boil out any water that's in there. We do want the grease, but we don't want the water. We want the fat, not the water. Grease doesn't sound very appetizing. So there we go. We're going to let that go for a little while, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here we are, and the onions have begun to sweat. Now you don't want to caramelize the onions, not really necessary. So now, and you can see all the water that was in there is now gone. The only thing left is the fat, and there sure isn't much in there. But lucky for me, I have roux in the freezer, so in case I need more, you know, in case we need more roux, we have it. Okay, anyway, now you add your flour. I really don't know how much. I would say 1/8 of a cup to those 2 burgers. And we want to make the roux right in here with the onion and beef. Okay, now what we have to do is we got to cook the flour a little bit. So we're going to let it simmer for a little bit. You might want to keep stirring it because it might start to turn dark colors. You really don't want that. See, there wasn't a whole heck of a lot of fat in here. There wasn't a lot of oil. So that kind of puts a crimping on us. Alright. We'll let it cook for a minute. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. Okay, now we're going to add the milk. Remember, hot roux, cold sauce. Remember that. If the roux is hot, add cold liquid. You don't want hot roux and hot liquid. It'll end up all lumps. Okay, we're going to turn this down a little bit more. Ooh, man, this stuff is good. Woo. Alright, now we're going to let this cook for, I don't know, a couple minutes. Make sure it's all off the bottom, all the roux. I'm going to serve it over toast. I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning to it. Okay, now basically for the salt, what I'm adding for the salt is beef base. Just a little bit of beef base. You don't want to add too much because you're going to change the color of it too bad, and you don't want to do that. All right, now we're going to add a little bit of Worcester, couple, there you go, and black pepper. Okay, we're going to stir it and let it simmer for a minute, and that's it. It's done. You can serve it over biscuits, you can serve it over toast. You know, you do whatever you want with it. You could eat it in a bowl if you wanted to. You could make noodles, put it over noodles. You know what would be good is egg noodles and this stuff. Tasty. Alright, I'm going to give it a shot, going to give it a taste here, see if it needs any salt or anything. Needs a little bit of salt. Got my toast going. There you go. Dish up the SOS. Perfect. I've got enough for 2 days. Alright, good deal. Now what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to dehydrate some mushrooms and a couple tomatoes. I don't think I'll be using the mushrooms or tomatoes anytime soon. I'm just going to dehydrate them. It's a cheap dehydrator. I'm not sure, but I think I paid like 25 bucks. But don't quote me, I'm not 100% sure. Alright, so let me put the tomatoes on the bottom. We don't want the tomatoes dripping on the mushrooms. Or then again, maybe you do. I don't know. Anyway. Did wash the mushrooms earlier. Hey, yo everybody, this is a shout out to Big C. Big C's a buddy of mine, and he's having a birthday pretty soon. So Big C was a drill instructor for the United States Marine Corps. I can barely talk. The United States Marine Corps. Right, there you go. And we'd like to say happy birthday, Big C. Big C. He doesn't have any videos up yet on YouTube, but he promises he's working on it. So we'll catch you later, Big C. Have a good one. Later. Okay. These things are fun to play around with, these dehydrators. If you don't have one, get one. They're cheap. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Something's not right. There we go. That's not right. You got to put him in the right way. There it is. Okay. You know, if you ever find a store that has mushrooms for sale, buy them. Bring them home, put them in this thing. When they're done, you seal them up in a tight container and you're good to go. Then all you have to do is, when you're going to use mushrooms, just put them in some warm water for a couple hours and you're good to go. Okay, that's it. Now those are dehydrating. And that's that. Okay, I'll see y'all.